Your confidence isn't gone. You gave it away, one small habit at a time, and you didn't even notice the transaction. You sit in the car for 2 extra minutes before walking into work. Not because you're running late, because you need a second to put on the version of you that seems fine. That's not laziness. That's your nervous system bracing for judgment before anyone's even said a word. Here's the first habit killing you quietly: apologizing before you even speak. Sorry, this might be a dumb question. You just told everyone in the room how to treat your idea before you gave them the chance to like it. Your brain thinks it's playing defense. It's actually calling the shot before you even take it. Second one, you rehearse texts like you're defending a thesis. Type it, delete it, retype it, ask a friend to read it. Still don't send it for 40 minutes. That's fear of rejection wearing a very polite costume. Third, you scroll through everyone else's highlight reel at 11 p.m. and quietly downgrade your own life without saying a word out loud. Nobody's yelling at you. You're doing it to yourself in silence every single night, which is exactly why it works so well. Here's the part nobody tells you. Confidence doesn't collapse from one big failure. It erodes from small avoidances. Every time you shrink your opinion in a group chat, every time you let someone talk over you in a meeting and say nothing, every time you say, "I'm fine," when you're not protecting yourself, you're training your brain that your voice isn't worth the risk, and your brain believes whatever you keep showing it. Fourth habit, and this one's sneaky. You only feel confident after outside proof, a like, a compliment, a good performance review, which means your self-worth has an off switch that other people control. That's not confidence, that's a rental. Fifth, you compare your behind the scenes to someone else's Instagram front row and somehow still act surprised you feel behind. You're looking at someone's best moments while living through your worst Tuesday. The real danger isn't just feeling behind. You can eventually start choosing goals because they look impressive instead of because you actually want them. Sixth, you keep waiting until you feel ready. You tell yourself you'll speak up when you're more confident, you'll apply when you're more qualified, you'll start when you finally feel like you know what you're doing. But confidence rarely comes before the action. It usually shows up after. Waiting to feel ready is sometimes just fear asking for more time. Seventh, you turn every mistake into a personality diagnosis. You mess up a presentation and suddenly it's, "I'm terrible at this." You get rejected and somehow your brain upgrades one person's opinion into a permanent fact about you. One bad moment becomes evidence for an entire identity, but making a mistake doesn't tell you who you are. It tells you what happened. Don't turn an event into an identity. Eighth, you let other people's moods control your self-worth. Someone replies differently than usual. Someone seems annoyed. Someone doesn't invite you. And suddenly you're replaying the entire conversation like the FBI is about to release the evidence. You start wondering what you did wrong, but not every change in someone's mood is about you. Sometimes they're stressed. Sometimes they're having a bad day. Sometimes they simply don't like you. And honestly, you'll survive that too. Confidence grows when you stop treating every reaction around you like a verdict. Ninth, you keep waiting for permission to become the person you want to be. You wait for the perfect job, the perfect body, the perfect relationship, the perfect moment to finally feel like you're allowed to take yourself seriously. But nobody is coming to hand you a certificate that says you're ready. At some point, you have to decide. You don't need to become a completely different person overnight. You just need to stop voting against yourself every day. Speak when you normally stay quiet, send the message, take the opportunity, walk into the room without apologizing for being there. Because confidence was never about becoming fearless. It was about noticing how often you've been quietly voting against yourself and finally casting one vote the other way. And there's something else you need to understand. Sometimes you don't lose confidence because you don't believe in yourself. Sometimes you lose it because of the people around you. The people you spend the most time with can slowly change what feels normal to you, what you tolerate, what you expect. Even how big you allow yourself to think. Sometimes the problem isn't always inside your head. Sometimes it's sitting right beside you. That's something worth thinking about in the next video, why you're still average. The harsh truth about your friends. Not because you need to cut everyone off, but because sometimes your environment doesn't destroy your confidence directly. It just makes staying the same feel normal. And once you notice that, you start seeing your circle very differently.